So I had a dream last night where I went on my trip to Japan and Hong Kong that's coming up in a month from now. In my dream, I went on that trip and, the worst my worst fear came true. I'm on the plane ride and it goes down. The plane ride crashes. So I remember in my dream, the plane's going down. There's no hope of life. There's no hope to survive. In my dream, just as the plane crashed, I saw this bright white light as the plane exploded and then pitch black. I died. And then, typical video game fashion, I just respawned. I spawned back in. I woke up and I was at my destination. I don't know. I think when I woke up in my dream, that is, when I spawned back in, I was in Japan, because my trip coming up in a month from now, I go to Japan first and then I go to Hong Kong. So because of that, in my dream, after the plane crash, I spawn back in Japan, and then it comes and goes just like that. And then I'm in Japan, and then I'm in Hong Kong. And in my dream, I thought to myself, well, that was quick. Wait a second, what even happened in Japan? Now I don't remember anything. How am I already in Hong Kong, Excuse me. Feels like I was still waiting to actually go here, but now I'm actually here. I'm already here. It was just that unreal feeling like, wow, I've been waiting so long for this trip, and now I'm actually here. It felt like it came by so fast. It's like, wait a second, that's not right. I shouldn't be in Hong Kong right now. Like, how did I get here so fast? And then I started waking up like, oh, it's a dream. It's not time to be there just yet. Alright, so let's see here. Earlier tonight, when my family and we went out for dinner. While we were out at dinner, I had a research task in Pokemon Go to do. I believe it was make 10 nice throws. So I got that done. And just as I was sitting there waiting for the food to show up, well, I claimed the research. And to my surprise, that field research yielded me a shiny Spritzy. So that's what I got today, a shiny Spritzy. That's really about it. I wonder if I'll get Latios today. I feel like we're due for the shiny now. I feel like it's about time the shiny showed up. So let's see. Today is the 4th of February. On the 13th, I'm going to have to go and get a flu shot. We all know how I am with needles. Now, the reason I'm getting a flu shot is because, well, I'm going to a foreign country. And, well, you don't know what'll happen. You never know what you could possibly contract there. So, better safe than sorry, right? And, doesn't a flu shot take, like, 2 weeks for it to take effect? You guys know how I was just sick on here doing this? Well, you know how sometimes you take a vaccine shot? You may get a fever afterwards? Yay. Anyways, the reason specifically my mom really wants me to get a flu shot before we go on the trip is because of something like, I think a Taiwanese actress. I think she took a trip also to Japan. She got her flu shot there and then she died from it. Something like that. Alright, if you guys will excuse me, I'm just gonna finish a video real quick. It's on... excuse me. I feel this dry patch in my throat. Hold on, I'm gonna pour myself some water. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish up a video over here. It's on the, the upcoming updates to Pokemon Go. So I'm just gonna, indulge in that real quick. Whoops. Jeez, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I get this tickle in my throat. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, video's done. Why is Discord different? It looks like Discord has a new layout. I can't say I really like it. Can I change? Can I? No, it doesn't seem like I'm able to adjust it. I also finally, once again, cut my nails this morning, just before work. Feels good to not have, like, you know, enormous claws to lug around all day. It's not that I don't like cutting my nails. It's, once again, it's just like, I'd rather not do this. I'd rather do something else, you know? If I spend 10 minutes cutting my nails, that's 10 minutes I could spend doing something else. Alright, let's see what kind of music I can play. You know, there's a rumor going around that there's gonna be a new Smash game for the Switch 2. I saw this rumor floating around. It's a rumor that, you know, Sakurai said he was working on a brand new secret title game, a brand new game, since 2022. And, you know, following the trend of a new Smash game for every console, the Switch 2 is technically a new console from the Switch 1. Are they really gonna break that trend? Oh, but it's too soon for a new Smash game. Is it though? It came out December 2018. So even if they had they announced a new game today, bare minimum it would come out, you know, end of the year, right? So it would have been 7 years ago. Remember how long the break was between Smash Wii U and Smash Ultimate? Wasn't it 4 years? So no, it is not too soon for a new Smash game. We are well beyond. We are well beyond, you know, being able to get another Smash game. It's been 7 years since the game came out. Since Smash Ultimate came out on the Switch. It doesn't feel that long ago, because honestly, the period during the pandemic was just a blip. But aside from that, we still had DLC content to constantly keep the game exciting. In terms of release dates, though, yeah, it's been, you know, let's say 6 years. Technically, it has been just over 6 years. Still, 6 years! 6 years ago is when we got the last Smash game. By the time they announce the next Smash game, let's say it's a year away from release. So, you know, it's gonna be more than 6 years. 7 years, 8 years. That's a long time, you know? So yeah, we are kinda due for another Smash game. Honestly, I feel like it would probably just do the game good, do the franchise good, to just keep on porting it. Just keep on adding more characters to the Smash Ultimate roster. But, you know, I know rights are going to be an issue, how hard it would be to get the rights to all the characters again. You know, there's no pleasing the fans unless you do exactly that. Smash Ultimate port, just with more characters. Because, you know, if you go cutting characters again, nobody's gonna be happy, right? I'm sure Sakurai won't be happy himself. Well, maybe his health would be, given the reduced workload, but still. Well, he didn't reply, so I don't know if he's working or not. Once again, I'll see if I need to wait for him before I talk about his, his favorite show in the world. And if they were to just simply port Smash Ultimate just with new characters, I feel like people would be pretty happy with that too. Does that count as a voice crack? I feel like people would actually be pretty happy with that. Instead of, announcing that, unfortunately, fans, we have to apologize because the next entry in the Smash franchise will have to be smaller scale than the previous entry. We apologize. But we hope you fans understand that bringing back all of the characters was very hard work. And to do so again, in any capacity, would have been nearly impossible to do. So, we decided to simply shorten the workload, reduce the amount of characters, for the sake of the quality of the game. I feel like if they announce it simply just, for now at least, just port the game with new characters, I feel like everyone would be fine with that. But at this point, like, is there even a point to just porting the game? Since it's still just on the Switch, the Switch 2, is there even a point to just porting it? Why not just add more DLC at this point, right? Be like, a couple years has passed, and we decided that we do not need another entry in the Smash game, at least for now. We have decided that the roster for Smash Ultimate was already good enough, but let's add more to it. So we are going to add more DLC characters to Smash Ultimate. I don't know, I feel like people wouldn't be really mad at that. Although I could see the argument like people would be. And on a somewhat unrelated note to Smash, after rewatching the Sonic 3 post-credit scene again with Metal Sonic and Amy, I realized the way that end credit scene is structured, it kinda even looks like its very own Smash Ultimate character reveal. Metal Sonic showed up out of nowhere, and then Amy's hammer destroyed a bunch of Metal Sonics. She had a hood over her head, and then she took it off. It almost looked like an actual Smash reveal trailer, revealing two different playable characters. Now all that's missing is for someone to edit in the splash screen. Let me change up the music real quick. Was it this one? I always liked this theme. God, hearing this again kind of makes me want to replay Subspace Emissary. Maybe one day. I need to find where my copy of the game is first. Alright, this is pretty pointless. Nobody's watching right now, so there's no point in me playing music for nobody to listen to. So what I'm gonna do is my usual. I'm gonna shut the hell up, watch some videos, and, you know, if that friend of mine wants to show up so we can discuss a couple of shows, then I'll start being more chatty. After all these years, that's still my favorite part of the song. Can you take a wild guess what I'm watching? Or rather, what I'm listening to right now? Obviously, I can't play Nice Guys for you guys to hear. But, like, damn, after all these years, it's still a pretty good song. Oh yeah, today we also got the first official teaser trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. I gotta say, I just can't see Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Then again, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'll wait for the movie. It's not the first time we've seen, we've seen castings that seemed questionable at first, and then when we saw it on the screen itself, we were convinced. So, I'll hold my judgment until after I see the film. But aside from that, there's just something off about the film. Or at least about the trailer. The way the film looks. Yes, I get that they're going for like a 60s vibe. But like, something about the trailer makes the film look kinda cheap. The way the footage is so vibrant, and yet it looks kind of cheap at the same time. I don't know, I'm not saying they were cheap, but it kind of reminded me of, James Gunn's style. Anyway, let me see what else there is for me to watch. Oh, you know what else? What else we got today in terms of trailers? So we got the trailer for a brand new SpongeBob movie. Only it's not a SpongeBob movie. It's Plankton, the movie. It's a movie based on Plankton, where Plankton's the main character. So, you take a look at the trailer. Karen is fed up with Plankton always failing. He wants to take over the world, yet he never succeeds. So Karen's just like, you know what? I'm done with you, Plankton. let me show you how easy it is to take over the world. And then Karen becomes the villain of the story. I don't know, it's a pretty good twist. I kind of wish, like, you know how many SpongeBob movies has there been now? Because I haven't caught up on all of them. Obviously, I watched the very first SpongeBob movie. Sponge Out of Water I saw. Jeez, that came out 10 years ago. Actually, it's almost exactly 10 years ago. February 6th, 2015. Today is February 4th, 2025. Oh my god. It's been 10 years. I remember as a kid, you know, getting so excited, getting so happy, because the ending had a, you know, epic rap battle style rap battle. Because it actually was written by those guys. Shows you how young I was when, you know, I got excited for that. What was it? The dolphin versus the seagulls? Okay, Sponge on the Run. Did I see this one? Sponge on the Run. Which one was that one again? Was that the one where he teamed up with Plankton, or... No, that was Sponge Out of Water, wasn't it? Wait, let me see. Yeah, Sponge Out of Water is the one where SpongeBob and Plankton, you know, go on the run, but then which one is Sponge on the Run? I don't think I've seen this one. Sponge on the Run, I don't think no, this is the one where Keanu Reeves was in the tumbleweed. No, I didn't see this one. I never saw this one. And then Search for SquarePants. Wait, that's not even released yet, is it? Oh, no, never mind, it is released. Why does it say here on Wikipedia, this 2019 film, the screenwriters and story by still say TBA, to be announced. Search for SquarePants. Why don't I even remember hearing about this one? And then, you know, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. So that came out not even a year ago. Wow. Why do I not... I think I heard of that one. No, I did not watch this one either. So it seems like I've only seen 2 SpongeBob movies. And I can't help but notice, you know, this new era of SpongeBob movies, this 2020s era of SpongeBob movies, you know, Sponge on the Run, Search for SquarePants, the Sandy Cheeks movie, and now Plankton the movie, all of them are 3D animated. I kind of prefer it to be 2D. Kind of like, you know, the first 2 SpongeBob movies. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie in 2004, and then Sponge Out of Water in 2015. Granted, you know, half of that was 2D animated, and then half was, you know, live action. But still, you know what I mean. Maybe that's why I'm not as excited for SpongeBob movies. I'm not really a big fan of the 3D animation. But then again, given how the 2D animation has been for SpongeBob for several years at this point, I can't say that's much better. I don't know, I wish we had another 2D animated SpongeBob movie where the animation's not all bubbly like we have it now. You know, it's why I stopped watching SpongeBob. Not because I grew up, but because the animation style is just too clean, too much. too bubbly, too cartoonish. It's too much. I preferred it the old way. You know, the first few seasons of SpongeBob, the animation style, the way it was simple, clean. There weren't ridiculous faces every 2 seconds, and, you know, the characters didn't keep on jumping up and down the entire time. I preferred it like that. Anyways, I gotta go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I also had to carry my dog off of the couch. Something my dad likes to do is, you know, carry Sky onto the couch to sit and lie down next to him. And because he doesn't know how to jump down, well, he has no choice but to just stay there until someone actually comes and carries him down. I need to charge this real quick. Back to me watching some videos. Ugh. Alright, well, I don't think he's showing up. So, I feel like just saying, fuck that guy, let's just talk about these shows. Hold on, let's see. Give me a second. Oh. Alright, let me play some movie and then we'll start talking about these shows. Because, well, fuck this guy, forget him, let's talk about him. So, what kind of music do I want to play? Alright, so an hour and basically 25 minutes in, I'm now finally gonna start talking about these shows. So today I have from Season 2, Episode 5, as well as Secret Level, Episode 14. This is, the second last episode of Secret Level. Season 1, because I assume there's a Season 2. I think it's already been announced there will be. Alright, so from Season 2, Episode 5, now that I'm done this episode, I am officially halfway done with the show, at least as of this moment, because right now there's only 3 seasons. So I'm done a season and a half. That is halfway. Yay. The sooner I get done with the show, the sooner I get to move on with my life. But hey, for the most part, once again, this episode was not that bad. It was actually not a bad episode. It wasn't as good as the previous episode. Oops. But hey, the episode itself wasn't too bad. It primarily focused on, Sarah and, dealing with her being back. How the town knows that she's kind of crazy. She tried to kill several, and she did kill her own brother. Let's see, the episode opens up with that guy who now lives in the bus. He gets surrounded by the monsters. They keep on tapping on the window. He can't sleep at night because of all the noise. He's about to confront the monsters and open the door, but then he holds himself back. Which, smart guy. Don't let your ego get in the way of living. But then this dude is even more crazy. Because, the monsters, they seem to lose interest in him. And then he's just like, hey, you don't walk away when I'm talking to you. Get back here, monsters. I don't even know this character's name, He, so far, doesn't really do much in the show. So, Jim and Tabitha find out that Sarah's back. So they try to confront her, even though Boyd is trying to defend her. And they're, makes sense, they're not happy with Sarah. Because this girl tried to kill their son. And obviously that's bad. But Boyd, despite knowing everything, advocates for her that maybe she could actually be of use to trying to get out of this place. I want to go to bed. So, Ethan, he wants to talk to Sarah. He has something on his mind to say to Sarah. And this episode does a pretty decent job at making you feel bad for Sarah. Yes, the stuff she's done is pretty bad. Accidentally killing her own brother and trying to kill a little boy. Not to mention letting the monsters kill Kenny's dad. So, yes, the stuff she's done has been pretty bad. And the episode does a pretty good job at making you feel bad for her, despite all the stuff that she's done. So, Sarah tries to go back to where she and her brother used to live. But now it's being taken up by different residents. A couple of people who are new to town who are on the bus. So she no longer has a home. All her stuff has been taken out. She's no longer welcome there anymore because everyone knows that she's a killer psycho. Knows her as a killer psycho. So they're pretty vicious and hostile towards her. She goes back trying to find something that belonged to her brother. She wasn't even allowed to take her brother's shirt. So, she was trying to find specifically one item that her brother had. She asked the new people living in her house, was there a small little, knick-knack trinket thing? It's like, we don't know. We gave all your stuff to Kenny's mom for storage. So, go look there if you're looking for your stuff. Obviously, Kenny would have told his mother that Sarah got Kenny's father killed, got her husband killed. So she obviously doesn't want to do that, but she'll have to if she wants her stuff back. Well, Sarah just sits alone in the church, and then Elgin shows up. They have a surprisingly long-winded, overstayed its welcome chat. It wasn't bad at first, but then it just kept on going and going. The two characters kept on talking and talking. It's like, my god, the scene is too long. You know me, I'm fine with scenes where characters just speak, just talk, as long as it's written good. Yes, this was written decently. It wasn't fantastic dialogue, but you know, it wasn't awful. But you know, there is such a thing as too long, you know? These two characters were talking for just too long. The scene overstayed its welcome, so like, while what they were talking about wasn't bad, it got you to know the characters better, you know, teach you more about the characters, have more character depth. However, the scene was just too long. They just kept on talking and talking, taking up like, geez, so much of the runtime. Anyways, this is like the first time we've seen Elgin actually act normal for the first time. It's kind of crazy. Anyways. But yeah, there's also the scene where Ethan confronts Sarah, telling her what he has to say. Damn, little boy was absolutely ruthless, saying stuff like, "We thought you died, but you didn't. You survived in the woods. Only monsters survive in the woods. I thought we were friends, but we're not, because you're a monster, and I don't like you. I'm not scared of you anymore." Damn, absolutely ruthless. And I gotta say, well, Sarah, she kind of took it as a champ. She just, you know, she just sucked it up, pause. She just sucked it up and just took it. Oh, now you want to show up, huh? Well, too late, I already started the discussion. She sucked it up real good. Especially when the context involves a little boy, right? Well, Sarah goes into the diner. She, you know, she gets told off by Kenny's mom and her very broken English. I gotta say though, she has a very lack of a Chinese accent whenever she speaks English. Her English is broken as hell, but she actually does not speak with a Chinese accent, so like, wow, pretty good. So she gets her box of stuff and is told to never come back. Kenny is pretty pissed that, you know, Sarah would even have the nerve to show her face around his mother. And then, damn, Kenny, I know you're upset, but like, damn, that was pretty mean of you, not gonna lie. Of course, it's nothing compared to her getting your father killed. Oh yeah, during the church scene where Sarah was talking to Elgin in that way too long of a scene, she reveals that, you know, she and her brother Nathan would decorate Christmas ornaments, and it turns out that he kept one, and that's what she was looking for. So in her box, Kenny just rummaged through it all, and then he found the one thing that Sarah really, really wanted, really, really cared for. So he just threw it on the ground and destroyed it. It's like, damn, I don't know if I like the side of you, Kenny, but I understand you're hurting, because she did something terrible to you. And you know, I can understand why Kenny wouldn't just simply put a bullet in her eyes, put a bullet between her eyes right then and there on the spot. He was kind of in public. A lot of people were, you know, watching. If Kenny decided that he would become judge, jury, and executioner, well, then he would be thrown into the box. So I get it. I get why he didn't just kill her on the spot. Or even just, you know, quietly killed her in the basement of the church once he found out. And, poor Sarah. Yes, what she's done is bad, like unforgivable bad. But the way she's living now, it's like, damn, that's kind of no way to live. She's living in the dirty-ass basement of a quote-unquote church. And she has basically nothing. She really only has the clothes on her back, and that's it. I don't even know how this girl's supposed to get food. Maybe Boyd's the one who's supposed to bring it to her. Because she's no longer welcome in the diner. How is she gonna find food to eat? We also get moments throughout the episode where Christy and her fiance, I don't even remember her name. I think her name is like Mary, something like that. They hook up. They're back together again. So poor Kenny, he found out the truth, and he basically lost any chance with the girl he was interested in. Damn, Kenny's really got it rough right now. So we get, the best scene in the episode. Once again involving Jade. Jade is just a great character when it comes to awesome scenes. Because whenever Jade connects with a character, it's amazing. It's an incredible scene. So actually, the first scene with Jade in this episode, he sees the person in the photograph holding up a book with the symbols and, blood. Am I on episode 6? I will be after this. I'm talking about episode 5. So Jade decides to, try to recreate the symbols that he's been seeing with, beer bottles, whatever glass bottles he can get his hands on, since the bar in town is pretty vacant at the moment. Victor shows up offering a deal. You do something for me and I'll tell you what I know about the picture, the symbol. So Victor wants Jade to play the violin, but at a specific location. So they go out and then they go to this like almost junkyard graveyard for all the cars that have come into town. And I'll admit, I never really thought about that. I never thought, oh yeah, where did all the cars go? People arrive in town driving. Where did all the cars go? I never thought about that. So now we know. It turns out it's Victor who somehow moves the cars to this junkyard kind of place. I don't know, are the keys still in the car, or is he that strong he's able to push the car? So I don't know, somehow Victor was able to manage to get all those cars to this location. So he asks Jade to play, the Twinkle song. The song about a twinkling star. I think we all know what that is. And he wants it played when he sits on top of specifically this car. Jade is able to piece together, this was his mother's car. So that, that does confirm that Victor did show up to this place, not only at a young age, but with his mother initially. And obviously now we know that his mother is gone, considering the fact that we've never seen her up to this point at all. So, poor Victor. He grew up at this freaking place, and he had to see his mother die at a young age. So, poor Victor. So, I gotta admit, this scene, it was beautiful. We hear Jade, play the song that Victor requested on top of his mother's car. And we see a somber Victor almost crying about the memories of his mother. I'm not gonna lie, It was a beautiful scene. I almost shed a tear. Almost. But then Victor hesitantly... Wait until you find out how important his mother is. Huh. And then we get some exposition that, once again, would have been nice to see, but I guess not. So Victor hesitantly tells details about the person in the picture. His name was Christopher. You know, at first he was a good guy. He was able to make people smile, but then he changed. Victor said that, you know, one point his mother told him to hide at a place that not even Christopher knew to find him. And then, when Victor came out, he saw everyone was dead. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like the scene in the first season where we see a young Victor. So that answers a lot of questions about Victor. He showed up in town with his mother in a car. So, based on what we saw in Season 1, no, he did not just spawn in at that cellar and then immediately come out to see a barrage of dead bodies. So now we kind of got the backstory, the context to that young Victor scene in Season 1. Why was he in the cellar? You know, he was hiding from this Christopher person, and he was instructed by his mother to hide in a place that not even this Christopher person would know to find him. And then when he came out, everyone was dead. That still does raise the questions, though. You know, if quote-unquote everyone was dead, and it was just Victor alone in this town until someone else showed up, where did all the dead bodies go? Did Victor himself move all of them and bury all of them himself? I mean, considering the man is apparently strong enough to move cars on his own with just his bare hands, I guess a little boy version of him would be strong enough to lift a grown adult body, dig a hole, and bury it. Unless that little boy in white helped him out, you know, when he's not busy disappearing off screen in like the most hilarious, cheap way possible. But yeah, it was a really nice moment. We see Jade and Victor, well, finally share a scene together, like legitimately, and it was really heartwarming. It was nice. Jade is an incredible character. Every time he connects with someone on the show, it is wonderful. It is great to see. Like, literally, so far the best 3 scenes I have watched from this show are all included Jade. Jade talking to Kenny's mom, Jade talking to the bus driver, Jade talking to Victor in this episode. Jade is a wonderful character. If they kill off Jade, we riot. I wonder why. Man, screw you. Well, we get small moments with Tabitha. She once again sees not the 2 girls, not the shining girls, but instead sees that stone structure, sees that stone journer. So what does she do? She goes back to the place where, you know, she and Victor emerged out of the cave from, and then she calls the monster girls. There's more than 2 this time. There are 4. Like, wait a second. I thought there were 2. Where 2 more come from? And then, you know, she gets surrounded, and for some reason, these, you know, creepy little kids want to touch her. And then she's just like, no, don't touch me, don't touch me. Even though they're not really doing anything to her. And then out of nowhere, Jade shows up. One would think it'd be pretty important to mention the Jade. Oh, this is where the monsters sleep at night. Oh no, this is where they come out of at night. This is where they sleep during the day. One would think that'd be pretty important to mention. But they didn't. And I bet you if she did, it happened off screen. We also get this moment where Jim lets Boyd in on what happened with the radio. You know, he proposes his idea that they're being watched by something. You know, human experiments like this have happened since like the First World War, I think he said. Anyways, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an episode of a show, breaking it down. Anyways, Zygarde year, yes. Oh, you know what? You're right. Aside from it being Zygarde year, since this is the year Legend ZA should release, you know, Chinese New Year wise, this is also the year of the snake. So now I'm wondering, ooh, is that deliberate by the Pokemon Company? Huh, never thought about that. It's the year of the snake and we're getting a new Pokemon game based on a quote-unquote snake legendary Pokemon. Well, it also has two forms. It also has a dog form and I guess a Transformers form. But, you know, close enough. Its main form is a serpent, a snake. New Rayquaza form too, please? Please, no. No, we don't need another Rayquaza form. What we need is a Mega Charizard Z. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. Because we don't have enough Charizard forms yet. Which, speaking of Megas, that's why I'm hunting Latios right now. For the Mega evolution. Because I'm predicting it's going to be Shiny Locked. So I'm hunting it now. I already hunted Mewtwo and Latios, so now I'm hunting Latios. After I'm done hunting Latios, I'll go for Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Zygarde is a Megazord of Pokemon. It still blows my mind that that design is a Pokemon. And I like it. I like the more outlandish designs, you know? The really crazy designs, you show an average person's like, you show this really crazy design and ask them, what do you think this is from? I don't know, some sort of like battle anime? Actually, sir, it's a Pokemon. What? You're telling me this design is a Pokemon? Show someone the Ultra Beast. Let's see if they first say this is a Pokemon design. What else am I forgetting about the show? Mega form for the Megazord. I'm predicting that Zygarde itself will get a Mega evolution, because how the hell is the box legendary not going to use the main gimmick? And I highly, highly doubt you would only be able to Mega evolve one of the Zygarde forms, so I'm guessing each form will have their own unique Mega evolution. So yes, nothing like a Mega 100% Zygarde to really, you know, break all the stats. Anyways, did I forget anything else about the episode? There were small details like Christy and her fiance. You know, they were visited by the old lady from the bus, who handed her a bottle of, what was it, liquid something, some sort of medication. But then we find out at the end of the episode that Christie's fiance just constantly takes a dose of it herself. Sneaks into the rations, the medication rations, and just puts a drop of it into her mouth. Like that's totally how it works. Unless it is. What do I know about medicine? Mega Delphox is coming soon. You know, I would also like to see the Gen 6 starters get Megas themselves. Yes, indeed, I have the Shiny Charm. I do. I can't wait to see them not give us a Mega Ash Greninja, but instead the fans have to come up with artwork themselves. You know what, maybe it's time to change up the music a bit. I have been listening to this for like, 27 minutes. What else can I play? Battle Bond form for Delphox? Now there's an idea. Why not give the Battle Bond ability to the other two starters? Ash Greninja theme? No, I can't. That's, that's anime music. That'll get this taken down in a heartbeat. You know, because we totally need... What the world needs is totally a Battle Bond Chestnut. You know, an Ash Chestnut form just doesn't roll off the tongue like Ash Greninja does. Anyways, did I miss anything else from the episode, or can I move on? No, Diantha theme. What's my favorite Pokemon? It's tied between Decidueye and Greninja. Yep, Galaxy 1 from 2007. What a legendary time. Thanks to this game. I don't think I missed anything else from the episode. You know, there was a small scene between Boyd and Donna. It was just discussing Sarah, and that's about it. You named your shiny female Gardevoir Vanessa. Your favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir? Nice. Everyone loves Gardevoir. What about the very last scene? What was it again? The very last scene, it was Boyd going into the diner, the worms underneath his skin, and then Kenny's mom comes out, and then they're like, he was like, I was hoping we could chat, and that's it. What is there really to talk about from the last scene? we are weeks away from Pokemon Day, where, we better get some ZA news. Because if the game's coming out this year and the last trailer we got was the announcement reveal trailer like 11 months ago, well, that'd be crazy marketing, as in no marketing. Gotta say, that would be insane though. For Legend ZA, it is being released worldwide tomorrow. We are not telling you anything about the game. Go find out yourself. I mean, if any game franchise has the power to do that, it's probably Pokemon. I don't know, maybe Mario as well. They could just, shadow drop a brand new game without any sort of trailers or information about the game, and they would still make bank. Magearna is in a region that is not originally. Well, that's the case for a lot of Pokemon, Same thing like Yungoos, I'm pretty sure. Episode 6 is actually kind of fire. You will get some progression feeling. I will believe it when I see it. Knowing how you have explained episodes to me, that just made me even less excited to watch the episode, so thanks. Just bear witness. I watched the episode and then not a damn thing happens. I will say, however, that Season 2 so far is an improvement from Season 1 when it comes to pacing, story development, character depth. Is it better? Yes. But is it actually, good? Debatable. I will say though, I will admit, Season 2 so far is an improvement from Season 1. However, that doesn't mean that it still doesn't suffer from the same problems. There might be a main character death incoming. Oh really? Like Tabitha's something? That's another thing about this show. This show doesn't really have the balls to kill off any main characters. At least not from what I've seen just yet. If this was The Walking Dead, half the cast would have been dead before Season 1 ended. I mean, let's think. Who have they killed off so far? Trudy, Kevin, Tom, a couple of background NPCs. You mentioned the names I mentioned. Some people are gonna be like, who? Who are those characters in the show? Ah yes, my favorite main character depth? My favorite main character death. The two random elderly people in the bus. Yo, Season 3, if you get to that, they actually do a lot. Do you have the slightest idea how many shows I could say that regarding what I recommended to you? You know how much they actually do a lot of in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when we get to Season 3, Season 4, and beyond? like I said before, Season 1 was just a spy organization thriller, and then Season 4 you had Ghost Rider, Season 5 you had outer space, time travel, Season 7 you had a full-blown alien invasion. Okay, but recommend me something not Marvel or The Walking Dead. Motherfucker, finish Oshinoko. The show you recommended to me? How about that, huh? In terms of, am I actually able to recommend anything not Marvel, DC, Walking Dead? Well, if I recommended Arcane to you, you would say, ew, League of Legends, disgusting. And you know, I'm trying to think right now, what live action show have I watched and can recommend that is not Marvel, DC, or Walking Dead? I really can't think of any. You wanna know why? Because that's all I watch. So what if I'm a nerd and I like all these nerdy projects? And you know, honest to God, what actually is wrong with me recommending more comic book shows to you? What actually is so wrong about that? Like, what actually is the problem with me recommending Marvel TV shows, DC TV shows? You watched Invincible? 1, I did not recommend that to you, and 2, that's also a comic book show. You realize Invincible is written by Robert Kirkman, the same person who wrote the Walking Dead comics, right? Yeah, you didn't, but like we discussed it. Okay, so shows I did not recommend to you, we discussed. Show you recommend to me, we discussed. Show I recommend to you, you quit and we don't discuss. Okay, sounds fair to me. I see no flaw in that logic. I'm totally not being treated like shit one bit at all. Man, I am 2 seconds away from blocking you right now. See, if it's you who thinks it's fair, then it is. I'm so close to blocking you. You see the shitty treatment I get, folks? You see how this guy treats me? You know what I can say that at least you haven't? Unlike you, despite my reservations about your show, I'm still watching it and I'm still giving it a fair chance. Can't say the same about you. You know, you say you don't even like the shows after just watching not even 10%. You don't even finish the whole story before making judgment. Meanwhile, me, I'm actually giving it a fair chance. And I'm making judgment after I've seen it. You, though, it's like, nah. Show too long, show too boring. It fucking sucks. It's garbage, I'm not watching anymore. Okay, but like, what else you want me to watch? Don't say Arcane. You know what? Out of all the shows I've seen, watch Inhumans. Watch Supergirl. Watch Batwoman. You know, the best of the best. Watch those. The absolute greatest shows I've ever seen. Yeah, Supergirl. Forget Walking Dead, forget Arrow, you know, forget Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. None of those compare to Supergirl and how amazing that show was. And you gotta watch Batwoman too, it was absolutely spectacular. It was amazing. Yep, just the waifus, Absolutely. You know, folks, keep in mind that this guy, majority of the shows he recommended to me, I actually sat through and watched damn near most of them, like from beginning to end. Granted, some of them I just haven't finished yet, but I will. Kinda like The Boys. I'm not done the show yet, I'm only 2 seasons in, but I will finish it. Kinda like From. Yeah, he recommended that to me. I'm not done the show yet, but I will finish it. Recommended, yeah. You recommended Shikimori to me. You recommended Oshinoko to me. You recommended all this stuff to me that you don't even have the balls to finish yourself. So, all the stuff that he recommended to me, I actually did watch and finish. Or at least I will. But all the stuff I recommended to him, nope, dropped it all. Man, you can't bring that argument up. What about this other stuff I recommended? Did you watch those yet? Brother, how many of my shows have I recommended have you finished? Like, honestly? Name me one show I suggested to you that you sat through beginning to end in its entirety. No spoiling, no quitting, no complaining. Nah, Constantine, you complained super throughout that. And that doesn't count. That show was canceled, not even into 1 season. You cannot tell me a canceled show be like, checkmate, fool. I watched your halfway canceled show, now you owe me watching all 3 of my seasons. Like, you cannot use Constantine. It was a canceled 13-episode show. How many actually completed shows with a full run of mine did you finish? That doesn't count. I watched all of The Boys thinking you already watched it to find out you didn't. That doesn't count. I did not recommend that to you. Name me one completed show that you have sat through in its entirety that I recommended you. I did not recommend you Boys. Arrow season 1 to 2. You didn't finish that show. It has 8 seasons. You saw 2. I did not recommend you The Boys. I did not recommend you Invincible, Hazbin Hotel. All of those you watched out of your own free will after hearing me talk about it. I never once recommended them to you. You did not finish The Flash. You saw... I don't even know if you saw season 2. You probably didn't. Brother, the fact that you can't name one show that I recommended to you... No, the fuck I did not recommend Hazbin Hotel to you. I never once told you, yo, check this show out. You just watched it out of your own free will, after hearing me discuss it. Does that really count, though? If I recommended the pilot that came out years before the actual show? Did I even recommend you the pilot? But whatever, you are digging the very bottom of the barrel. Man, how about sometimes you just be a man and just admit. Admit, you're right. None of what you recommended have I ever followed through in its entirety. I'd have more respect for you if you would just be a man and admit it. Instead of finding all these random excuses, like, technically, I did this. Technically, I watched this. So checkmate on that. Just be a man and admit it. Well, they weren't my interest, like I said. Does it sound like I'm interested in From? Does it sound like I love this show? I'm at least giving it a fair chance. I'm at least seeing it through and through. I'm seeing it from beginning to end, giving it a fair chance. And if you didn't like the show, you would not have seen 2 seasons of Arrow. You would not have seen 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. If you weren't at least enjoying it to the point of continuing for multiple seasons, you would have quit, like, not even finishing the first season. It's like me. If I found absolutely nothing in From to make me somewhat interested, I would have quit long ago. Brother, you are making so many excuses. So many excuses. Okay, the Arrow I liked, but the websites I use doesn't support season 3 for some reason. You know how many shows I watch? Just to think about this for a second. Do you know how many shows I have seen? If I can't find it on one website, I look for it on another. It was a very simple solution. So think about that and how many shows I have seen. Imagine how many websites I had to go to just to finish all the shows that I was watching. Stop making excuses, please. You know, at first you say you quit Arrow because it wasn't for you, and then you said you liked it, but then season 3 you couldn't find it. Why can't you just admit, yeah, I just didn't want to keep on watching it, so I quit? How is that so hard? Why is that so hard? To just simply admit it and be done. Why is it so hard? Why do you have to make excuses? See, even though this one is still bullshit, it's at least more believable because I just didn't find the time to. You had years. Years. You quit those shows years ago. You had all the opportunity to go back and continue. Man, it's like you with your 100 show lists. The fact that I've seen all of them meant I actually made time to watch all of them. Now, yes, everyone's different. Everyone has their own lives, different schedules. But like you could have. You know damn well you could have. You watch them at work too? Well, no one asked you to. I never said for you to do the same thing. I could tell you... Oh wait, I could tell you, but I had other stuff I wanted to watch or other stuff to do. I would say, you know, you could have paced yourself. Kind of like what I did, you know? All those episodes, you could have just simply watched one episode a day. And if you really could not find time to do that, then you didn't have to quit the entire show. You could have, say, watched an episode a week, like everyone else did when it was airing. But no, you quit the show altogether. You realize that, you know, me doing this here, I watch several shows to discuss here. That is like several hours a day. That's a lot of time to put aside, and yet I still get it done. I still manage to do so. And you're telling me you couldn't even do an episode a week? Just like how it used to air on TV? And if you really honestly couldn't find the shows online, well, you're not gonna like this one. Would you be fine if I just ×2 speed it? If I said no, would you even care? Because I honestly, I find that ridiculous. Watching shows at 2x speed, I find that ridiculous, but hey, lots of people do it. Because I know time is valuable, so whatever, right? Me personally, I would never watch something at 2x speed, but that's just me. You're not gonna like me saying this. Oh wow, what a surprise! You do that sometimes for boring parts. Wow, the you know, the awesome action sequences. Yeah, I gotta drag those out. Really gotta take those in. But the boring times where it's just characters speaking. Oh yeah, that's boring. It's not necessary. Just skip it. Anyways, you're not gonna like this part. If you really couldn't find the episodes online, you could always streaming service it, but I don't want to pay for a streaming service to watch the shows. Well, what was so different with that and paying for cable when it first aired? And if you were actually legitimately invested in the show, you pay a small amount for literally all the episodes. You pay for convenience, because that's life. Everything in life you pay for because it's convenient. You pay for a car, you pay for gas for the car, you pay for food at a grocery store, you pay for refrigeration, electricity bills, water bills, everything you pay for is because it's convenient. You know, it's like basically the whole concept of a restaurant. You pay for the convenience of having the food cooked for you and served to you. Before anyone says you pay for the convenience of amiibos, obviously it doesn't apply to stuff that you just splurge on, like useless knickknacks like I do. Because we didn't pay for cable, our parents did, and now we don't even do so. Well, nowadays it'd be pointless to pay for cable anyway, since cable's pretty much dead. Well, we're in the era of streaming services, so like it or not, get with the times. I don't have Disney Plus. I would pay for it, but I don't want to support Disney financially because that company kind of sucks right now. Like these days, if you want to watch shows in its entirety with all of the convenience, you gotta pay for the streaming service. Nobody likes it, but that's just how the world works. Walking Dead, all 11 seasons is on Netflix. You can go crazy if you wanted to. However, if not, well, good luck finding it online. If you were truly interested, you would find it. Where there's a will, there's a way. You know, because I don't have Disney Plus anymore, you know how hard it is for me to find Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man online? You know how far I have to dig? How shady of a website I have to go to even watch the damn show? You guys know I was not excited for this show whatsoever. But for the sake of completion, I'm still gonna watch it. Where there's a will, there's a way. And you know what else I'm absolutely sick of hearing from you? You constantly going like, the shows just weren't for me. I like shows like From. And then you complain whenever I joke around like, okay, so you don't like cool action stuff, you prefer the boring, all talking scenes. When clearly what you say is the opposite. You say you double time speed the boring bits, And then you use the argument like, well, I like watching From thanks to the theorization. The stuff I could try to piece together. It's like, what tells you, what says you can't do that with other shows? You know, there was a reason that when these shows were airing on cable, week by week, there's a reason why shows aired an episode a week apart to build suspense, to raise questions, to actually encourage the fans to theorize about what could happen in the next episode, or theorize about the season-long story. Who told you that you couldn't do that with other shows? Granted, it's easier to theorize week by week for other shows, for some shows than others. You could theorize, like, you know, back when The Flash was airing on TV, week to week, people were theorizing what's going to happen next. It's easier to theorize for a show like The Flash than it is for a show, say, The Walking Dead. You can maybe theorize, like, who could potentially die, but you can't really theorize plot points, like, okay, they have this laid out, maybe Daryl's gonna go and do this in the next episode. It's not really how it works. You folks out there remember the Arrow Season 5 cliffhanger? Leanne Yu exploded, people are theorizing who possibly died. Well, spoilers, turns out nobody died, except for William's mother, which was super lame, but people still theorize about it. What about the Season 4 ending to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where we saw Coulson up in space? People were theorizing Sword. What about the theories on who Savitar was? Or the theory of who Vigilante was on Arrow? Why can't you do the theorizing on other shows as well? Well, I'm about to end this. It's getting late. I don't even have time to talk about Secret Level anymore. Which sucks, because this was a really good Secret Level episode. I guess I'll have to save it for next time. Episode 14 of Secret Level. This was actually probably the best episode I've seen yet. Even better than the Sifu episode, even better than the Pac-Man episode. This episode was probably my favorite episode so far, the episode based on Honor of Kings. It was a really good episode. What? How long has this been tilted for? Well, I think I'll do this last one, then I'll call it for tonight. Oh, nothing tonight. See you guys next time.